and stick the other 16... actually, no, I said I was going to keep that behind, didn't I? There's plenty of binder here anyway, so it doesn't matter. Got 3 of that. Good. We can make our first load of conduit. So, like so, and like so. So that is enhanced energy conduit. This means that we can take and push and pull a little more power out of these conduits. So I'm trying to right click on the red bits, the stuff that I know is energy conduit, just to be extra safe. So I know that I'm getting the right stuff out of these pipes. There we go. Right, that's 8. So let's re-enable the loop system. Like so. That was entirely the wrong one. I am a moron. Excuse me a second while I fix this. Item conduit back there. Extract now. Insert. Priority 0. Good. Right. Enhanced energy conduit now going in. Orange conduit. Dim me, I am so silly. I am so sorry about this. Okay, so enhanced energy conduit is now in. This means that the power levels can now get into these harvesters significantly more effectively, allowing them to run no matter what, really. And I will also do this. Now this won't connect with the system, which means here is basically screwed for energy. This stuff will have plenty enough energy to do what we need, and it's already done it, actually. Like so. 8 more enhanced energy conduit. So we will now remove, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, the signal's not what's doing the job. So this thing now will receive energy at a significantly higher rate, and hopefully this also means that the energetic infuser will be able to do its job more effectively. Let's do that before the water spreads too far. No, bollocks. No, oh, bill hooks. I knocked 1 torch. That's not the worst that could have happened. Oh no, sorry, 2 torches. I knocked 2 torches off. That's not the worst that could have happened. Right, and like so. There we go. And now the energetic fuser is receiving energy well, for at least for a bit, it's receiving energy faster than it will dispense it. Obviously, its maximum speed is higher, but at least now it will still charge faster. The redstone energy cell can quite happily keep up with this. However, it can only maximum output is only 2,000 RF per tick. However, that is per side. So if I do this, and while I can't finish that loop right now, I should be able to in a second. You're getting close. Basically what I'll do is I'll put another conduit on the front of this and I'll allow it to extract a 4,000 RF per tick. Every side, it can only output 2,000 RF per tick per side rather than total, which makes it a lot more useful than people think. There we go, another 3, like so. I only have 15 on me. Where is one of them? I think it's because I didn't remove that. That was it. Right, and like so. Now this thing should quite happily accelerate again to 4,000 RF per tick. And it's rising. Basically, it only discharges based on its internal buffer size. Like how much it has in its internal buffer. So in this case, it's it looks like it dispenses like 0.2 of RF per tick of however much is in its buffer. Yeah, this maybe a little more than little less than 0.2, 0.195 or something. So this is 3,900 RF per tick now, and there you go, fully charged. Now this thing is fully charged. Now, I could use that to recharge the jetpack, but it's easier while I'm here to just put that in, the jetpack in like that. And in this case, I don't actually need that in the active slots. Now this thing's exceeding 4,000 for now, but only because the conduits, because they weren't being used, had filled their own internal buffer and were able to dispense power into there faster than the cell could keep up. So it's faster than 4,000 RF per tick for a bit, and then it dropped below. in case you're wondering why the behaviour was the way it was. Now this thing, despite the fact that it's working its absolute little heart off, it's working its little socks off, is not able to keep up with the current power consumption of trying to charge these things. And while it's doing an absolutely stellar job of attempting, we know that it's failing. So this is where having an extreme power buffer would come in a bit more handy. I'm going to keep doing this because I do need more. Like so. Now, this conduit here is no longer needed because it was going to a system which is no longer active nor drawing power, and in fact will be dismantled. Like so. I'm actually going to leave the machines there because, or else I'd be picking up other stuff, and plus I might need it at a later date. The actual machinery can stay there because it's not really taking up terribly much room, but the rest of it is not needed. So now we have 15 of this stuff, and we can loop it to the ME system that is downstairs. Oh, I forgot about that. Whoopsie daisy. Now, it'll go like here. Oh, and I forgot about this part. Plug into the top, like so. Oh, running's getting a bit funny on me. Okay. Now, the jetpack looks like it's done charging. Good, good, good. And the internal buffer is only that much so far, which means this thing is completely drained. Well, that's we barely managed to recharge it in time. That is concerning, actually, quite concerning. Now I'm going to want to be able to keep up with that kind of charge rate in the future, so I want more culinary generators on the job. Ideally, what I want to do is I want to turn it into this thing. However, that involves making, well, I can make the bedrock humongous now, but that involves a lot more complicated stupidity. Transfer nodes for energy, which I made last time. I'm pretty sure I still have breadth upgrades. 2 breadth upgrades, but how do I make them again? Let's just do that. More redstone blocks, I have them. More speed upgrades, more depth first upgrades. So depth first and speed upgrades. And the speed upgrades, you make 4 of them each time. Gold nuggets and gold. So if I just grab gold and redstone, like so. As well as that, just in case. Pretty sure I don't need it, but let's say 1, 2, 3. Split that there, like so. Next, speed upgrades. Use of speed upgrades. Sorry, breadth first upgrades. Depth first upgrades even. This breadth requires speed and depth requires speed. So what that was like this, and speed upgrades. No, it was. Oh, okay, right. I'm trying to remember the pattern for it, and then the rest of these are redstone. So breadth first, like so, and then. So, speed upgrades, depth first upgrades, crap ton of redstone, breadth first upgrades. Okay, so I've got 5 of them. That's all I needed. Quickly crank them out because I have the necessary resources. That is actually really nice. I'm just dumping things in chests now. Fuck it. We've gone to the fuck it stage of things already. That's probably not the best thing. Okay. So you are used in making transfer nodes based on energy. These transfer nodes themselves, ender pearls, redstone, piping, chests, blah blah. I do have 4 transfer nodes from earlier, but I need a bit more than 4. So I can use redstone, omitting the need for ender pearls, but it's significantly more, well, consumptuous. I only have 3 ender pearls up here. Do I have... shit. Do I have any more downstairs? That is the question. I don't believe I do, but it never hurts to check. I accidentally went up a floor because I tried to use the jetpack to fly immediately. That was a bad idea of me. Nothing, 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 nope, 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 and nope. Okay, right then, we will go with the significantly more consumptuous, whatever you want to call it, method. Okay, now, I know I'm doing it here instead, but fuck it. I can be bothered. I know I will not need that many chests, but gets it out of the way, doesn't it? I also need an absolute ton of stone, which I have here, pre-prepared for it a very long time ago. And you also need a lot of piping, filter pipe, transfer pipe, redstone, stone, glass. Just grab more of that just in case. Now I'm pretty sure transfer. There we go. Comes up with the pipe. So I'll just search everything. Transfer nodes and transfer pipe. Anywhere else? Nowhere else. Huh. Right, no transfer pipes and no nodes anywhere else. No, they definitely won't be up here. We'll just double check these chests. Pretty sure I didn't miss anything. I'm pretty sure they're not even here. Oh, okay, never mind. Plenty of piping. That is good. Good. In which case, I want a... Right, so, 2 L's again. Silly me. Culinary. I am after making this, which requires bedrockium, which I can make. Transfer nodes, which requires breadth for upgrades and gold, which I have. Transfer node for items, transfer nodes, chests, stone, redstone. Okay, so redstone and redstone. I also need a bunch of gold. I will also need some bedrockium, so I will need 1, 2, 3, 4. I will need a single bedrockium ingot, so 9 gold. 9 gold. Oh, and triple compressed. Good. I won't need to make 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Excellent. Now, I will not make the bedrockium yet, but I'm sure you'll guess the recipe pretty quickly. Diamond block surrounded by 4 quadruple compressed cobblestone in here, and here, and then triple compressed at the edges. Okay, so first section we want, I will do it like this because it makes things a whole lot easier. Oh, it's QED recipes. My bad. Okay, so this is the part we're going to want most. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like so. Plenty of stuff to go around. Now we will rush up to the QED. No, sorry, down to the QED. Now for this part we want... has also a QED recipe. We want breadth first. Transfer nodes, gold ingots. Breadth first. Transfer nodes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold ingots, like so. Now that's creating that. Look at the colours. Look at the colours. Lovely colours they are. Sorry. Sometimes I go somewhat genre / piratey, and before you decide to go on Urban Dictionary and look up genres, the description is almost right. Typically refers to chavs, apparently, but no, it's just anybody who comes from the kind of southwest area of England who sounds like a farmer. And which tends to be filled with chavs as well, because they always just... It sounds ridiculous, mostly. That is 1 transfer node. This will take forever. Now, because these things were already made into the 8 times already, I don't have to worry about crafting them out of this, which will require a crap ton more of these things, for which I thank you. But, yes, making this takes a lot. Fortunately, alright, while this does, I will make the bedrockium ingot, because this thing will be done by that point. Right. Here, I will take 1 gold. 1 diamond block even, sorry, triple compressed cobblestone around the corners, and quadruple filling the rest. 1 bedrockium ingot. And it crunches my field of view down to a minuscule amount. Right, you're about done, aren't you? Yeah, you're on the last go now. All these lovely colours. I do really like how it changes, because it's not normally a colour you would think is nice, but I think it's because it's not normally seen, because it's not normally active. Does that make sense? Does that make sense at all to anyone? I don't know, right, okay, and you 3 like this, and 1 bedrockium ingot. There we go, and I don't have my stupid effects on anymore, and we'll be able to make 1 transfer node for hyper energy. Now the real question is, does anybody actually use the hyper energy transfer nodes like that? It's drinky drinky. Because well, I don't know. I don't actually know if they're usable or if they're just a thing for crafting. To be honest with you, by the seams of the availability of other things. Right. Okay. So now it is shaped crafting time. And this is where things get real interesting. You are awesome. You are doing your best to churn this out, and I salute you, but oh, it is time for an upgrade once again, and I was not expecting to be upgraded to this level this fast. A word of warning about the thing I did earlier as well is making bedrockium ingots is cool. Making the watering can, this watering can here, requires that thing. That required an etheric sword, which is why I needed the division sigil in here. This division sigil, because you need unstable ingots, which is a diamond and an iron. I managed to do it first time without dying. It was cool, but I did come pretty close to dying. Okay, 8 times thingy. Let's do this. 8 culinary around the edge, 1 transfer node of hyper energy, 1 culinary generator times 64. That is absolutely balmy. Like so. Now there's 1,280 RF per tick. That probably doesn't sound like crazy much, but consider that that's 64 culinary generators in 1. That is quite a lot. Oh, and that's filling. That is filling. Now, obviously, 1,280 RF per tick, again, will not keep up with the recharge rate that this thing can manage, but it will help tide things over. So if I can make more redstone energy cells as a buffer, then, you know, we'll be able to do everything. And I think that is something we need to work on. And instead of... Let's see. Ah, yes, that was what we were supposed to be doing. Okay, so, dumping all this off like so. Not you. Dumping all this off like so. That proves useful. And grabbing the enhanced energy cells. You're still working away nicely. 15. There we go. 18. And where's some binder? Only need twice as much binder as ingots we have. There we go. Alright, that's 58 energy conduits that are pretty good energy conduits. Can I use them for anything later? Energetic thrusters, so it's not the worst thing in the universe. I will probably find a use for these things later on. I like a slightly more unimportant system when I eventually get conduits that are more powerful than this. About here? Think about here, right, okay. So, if I just do that. Right, so trying to shift right click as I go down is not easy because the response time of it being placed is not 100%. There we go. Okay, so we now have a connection, and there we go, energy is being fed into this thing. So we now have 1 active ME controller. ME controller. ME controller. Controller. This thing requires pure flux, crystals, blah blah, all sorts of cool stuff, and skystone and things like that. Now the thing I was working on before, and I don't remember where the materials for are, was an ME drive. There it is. Or an ME drive. So, restart. I forgot about them. Right then. / warp fusion. There we go. There we go. Right, I shall wait for the restart of the server, and then I will get back to you in 2 seconds. Okay, server is back online. I was a little behind. I went off to manage my cookie clicker in the meantime, and well, I forgot for a couple of seconds. It's fine, I'm back. Okay, so, where were we? Making ME drive. Engineering processor, which requires an inscriber. Oh, crap. This is going to get more complicated, isn't it? Inscriber. Inscriber calculation card? Calculation press? Okay. Inscriber itself is pure flux crystal, which was flux dusts and sand, puddle of water. Flux dust, which is pulverizing flux crystals. which in of itself is charge Certus, nether quartz, redstone. Okay, I can charge the Certus in this. So charge Certus, nether quartz, redstone.